All right, let's brighten things up now and turn to a current event happening on Friday night in Muscatine. 95 years ago, yesterday, the very first Nancy Drew detective story was published, and the Musser Public Library is celebrating with an after-hours event. It's why we have Becca Fillmore and Emma Stouffer with the library joining us today. Ladies, thank you for being here with us. I have to admit, I personally grew up reading all the Nancy Drew stories. For people that haven't, tell me what these books are about.
So Nancy Drew stories are your classic mysteries. In the original books, Nancy's not relying on flashy gadgets or incredible technology. She's got her wits, she's extremely capable, and she sort of embodies that idea of an amateur detective. She's like a female Sherlock Holmes for her small town in River Heights.
I think she is so cool. So where did the idea of this event come from? I mean, do you see a lot of kids checking out Nancy Drew books still?
Well, really, Emma came to me about it because I kind of am the program person for a lot of our bigger programs, and so she came to me with this idea, and we see some parents bring their kids in and want them to check out Nancy Drew. It's not always driven by the kids. And so we thought this would be perfect to have an event that reaches all ages because we still have a lot of parents and grandparents that are still introducing Nancy Drew to them. And so we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to celebrate Nancy Drew and be able to bring our whole community and broaden the fan base for her too as well.
And this is like the perfect series for someone to get hooked on because there's like over 100 books in the original series. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So what do you have planned for Friday night?
So we're going to start, of course, with birthday treats because it's her birthday, right? And what I'm really excited about we're going to have like an immersive kind of introduce you to how Nancy Drew got started and then a timeline of when it started in, almost 100 years ago, all the way to what Nancy Drew is doing now. So it's going to go through some technical things about, the Stratmeyer Syndicate, where it started, but also through pop culture, the different editions that there are. You're going to get a lot of information about Nancy Drew. We're also going to have crafts for kids. We're going to have some local mystery history, I guess, about Muscatine presentations here. And we're going to have mini escape rooms. So we're also kind of drawing in I Spy things and different kind of detective activities, trivia about Nancy Drew. So lots of different activities and also a lot of information for people to consume also. So it should really be able to reach anybody that's interested in Nancy Drew or a fan, an old fan or a new fan.
I love it. So much going on. But I do have to ask you, what is it about the Nancy Drew character and her stories that you think has allowed these books to endure for almost a century?
When we look at the history of literature as a whole, children's literature is relatively new, especially in America, when you put it out on a timeline. And so Nancy really broke that ceiling and was one of the first very capable female characters. She could drive, she had her own car. It was this incredible independent character to look up to. And we've had more and more amazing female characters come from that, but she really was among the first and was really a game changer. And I think that even when her books feel old-fashioned now, it still is very poignant in that this is old-fashioned, but it would have been incredible for the time period.
I think it's still incredible now. And we've got a few seconds left, but I do want to ask you, if someone loves Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, I have to give them a shout out. What other books would you recommend?
I think cozy mysteries would be your way to go because they're different from thrillers because they're not gory. They don't have that level of violence that a lot of popular mystery and thriller novels do. So Nancy's an amateur detective, and there's tons and tons and tons of adult fiction now that are aimed at that idea of the amateur detective, but for adult readers. And I think that's a perfect bridge there. So if you like Nancy Drew as a kid, you'll like cozy mysteries now.
Oh, I love it. Emma, I knew you'd have a good answer for me. Emma, Becca, thank you both so much for joining us today. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you.
For you guys at home, pull out your phones. If you want to come out to the Musser Public Library, we have all the details right here through this QR code. You can also always find our article on WQAD.com underneath the As Seen on TV tab. The event will run from 6 to 8 o'clock at night this Friday.